This woman made this post and I saw it last week. She made it back in December. She says, patriarchy is why we don't have enough attractive male baddies. Y'all saw that video going viral not too long ago where this man is like, y'all not ready for some male baddies. Well, patriarchy is the reason why. Patriarchy told men that using moisturizer is girly. So now we got these dudes out here aging like bananas on the counter in the summer. We got to talk about why the bar is in hell, because so many women have been desperate to get a man and connect with a man, that even these dudes that are unattractive are getting paired up and actually having the opportunity to make babies. We got to talk about how skid marks are a cry for help, and that the single biggest reason we don't have enough attractive men is simply because of this system called the patriarchy that has given these dudes a boost that probably wouldn't have been chosen otherwise. Let's go ahead and get into it. I have some examples to back up the things that I'm about to say. Patriarchy polices masculinity. It got these dudes out here thinking that proper hygiene and taking care of themselves and, having a skin routine and, God forbid, getting a manicure or a pedicure makes them girly or makes them gay or it's just feminine. So I came across this post. Actually, I was sent this post today. It was posted in the Ask Women No Censor subreddit. This is a man, I think, asking this question. Oh, it is a man. He asked the question, why are men's standards significantly lower in comparison to women, and is it quite common? So the fact that a man is noticing this is amazing, but let's look at this short post. He says, I'm a guy who works in a field with mainly women who I get along greatly with, but the stories I hear shock me. Men not exercising, unhygienic, won't brush their teeth, dry skin, need babysitting, expect the women to cook, clean, not even meeting the bare minimum. I didn't have my dad growing up, so my mom and sisters would emphasize the importance of looking after myself and being independent, but I never knew it was this bad. And we are seeing stories, we hear stories of women saying these things over and over again. Some of these men think that washing their butts is gay. That's the reason why I said earlier that these skid marks, that's a cry for help. We have these dudes that won't moisturize because they think that it's feminine, and that's the reason why they are aging and fast forward. They just don't want to take care of themselves, and they don't want to look gay or anything. That is very, very important. Listen to this. Throwaway Chick says, if you find the answer to this, please share it with your man friends and brethren. Listen to what the OP says. When I mentioned it to people I used to hang with, they said, that's gay. No woman would like that. So when I said that they think that washing their butts is gay, it's based on something. I didn't just pull this out of the air. This woman named Impossible Snow says, people generally get the treatment they tolerate. I don't have the problem of dating men with bad hygiene because I don't date men with bad hygiene. And we've talked about this before. You have got to leave these people alone because they might want to kiss you. They might want to put their dirty peen in you. They might want to lay near you, and they are not clean. It's a health hazard. Don't do that. But the OP says, out of curiosity, what would your response be to a friend who always moans that her partner isn't taking care of themselves and not pulling weight in their relationship? The bottom person says, she should drop his musty butt. What one allows will continue. And that's the thing. We have got to be okay with leaving these dudes alone. For too long, these dudes who are unattractive or musty or just plain out mean-spirited or whatnot keep getting picked. And some of this is programming towards women that we need to have a man regardless of this. But women need to leave these dudes alone. Leave these people alone. You can be single. Let's move on to the next part that I want to discuss. The lack of emotional intelligence. The patriarchy has told these men that feelings and emotions, those are feminine traits. And so even though they build themselves as logical and stoic or whatnot, many of them cannot control their emotions and feelings simply because they were taught that they didn't have to. And now they don't have that muscle to flex. And now I want to share with you this exchange. This person named Remington says, hi, how are you? And he's talking to this woman. She says, hey, I'm great. How was your weekend? He says, it was really nice. Thank you so much for asking. Hey, you look really nice in all your photos. Would you be interested in going out sometime? And then she says, after we get to know each other better. I want to share with you what this man said to this woman after she said, I want to get to know you first a little bit better. Before I read this to you, remember that these are the logical ones, the stoic ones, the ones that don't get emotional. And also remember that she just wanted to get to know him better through the app before setting up a date. So Remington says, how are you supposed to get to know someone through this app? You want me to send a paragraph describing myself? Do guys really do that for you? And you read through them like a bunch of job applications? I feel like my bio got most of that out of the way. No, we matched. I offered a night on the town, which just involves spending hundreds so you can have fun for one night. And you're like, first an interview. Shorty, the date is the interview and the bio is the job application. Just by the way you responded, I know you high maintenance, persnickety, closed-minded, argumentative, difficult. For once, you should try being like, sure, here's my number, call me sometime. Instead of trying to put men through a rigmarole, you're going to filter out the real ones and find you a sad simp. So actually, no thanks. I don't want to bring you food. I've gotten to know you plenty enough already. So just simply saying, I want to get to know you led to this unemotional, extra logical diatribe that did include some good words, persnickety and rigmarole, but also using shorty in there. This is amazing. And he managed to give a paragraph in all of that where he says, do you really want me to send you a paragraph describing myself? So instead of having some emotional intelligence, which is another thing that women tend to find attractive, they are able to do this kind of verbal vomit because many of them do not like boundaries at all. I'm going to show y'all a real-time skin example, but I'm going to give you the opportunity to push away your drinks. If you are drinking anything, please push it to the side. If you're eating anything, please swallow it completely. We don't want to get anything stuck in your throat. So this man who's 32, this is Chad who's 32, sent a message to Brooke. He says, well, damn, Brooke. So that's all he says to this woman. And actually, I'm going to show the exchange before I show you what Chad looks like. Brooke is irritated that he had the nerve to even message her looking the way he did in his photo. She says, you couldn't exfoliate or pick the boogers out of your eyes for a photo? And he says, I just have terrible skin. And at the time of that photo, I had an eye infection. And then he says, I threw a compliment you there in insult Jesus. Okay, so he's basically saying, you gotta really unscramble. I gave you a compliment and you insult me. And she says, you couldn't find a better photo? That's crazy. If you have an eye infection and irritated skin, your priority should be a doctor, not dating. And he says, nice meeting you. Definitely one of the prettiest women I've ever seen. Okay, let me share a picture of Chad with you. And this is the reason why she is so irritated, because he is looking like a potato that needs to be exfoliated. He's looking like a potato that's been under the cabinet in the dark in the very back of the corner, like way underneath that nobody has seen, but you can smell it. It's been there for a while. Yes. And the thing is, he said at that time, I had an infection. Well, okay, cool. Is it not the same time? Can you put up a new picture? Okay, so y'all needed to see this. Exfoliation is not gay. You can go to the doctor. You can go to the dermatologist. Please take care of yourself. Something else the patriarchy does is put these men into these boxes of being the protectors and providers. And I'm going to get to that part in just a moment. I came across this post yesterday and I was going a little back and forth with this man. And this is definitely a man. He posted in this true unpopular opinion subreddit saying that most of the relationship problems women complain about these days come from dating liberal men. So that tells you that he is one of these conservative men. He says, time and time again, I see women complain about the same types of issues in the modern dating scene. The most common problem seems to be that men these days are only interested in hookups and don't want to be in serious relationships with commitment involved. Many women feel that they are just being used for sex, and the second the relationship begins to get serious, the man backs out and gets scared. Like, all of these issues are symptoms of dating liberal men. How is that not obvious? Liberal ideology absolutely promotes the philosophy of being able to sleep with whoever you want, whenever you want, with zero strings attached. He's doing all this talking. I'm going to get to the point of the whole protector and provider in just a moment. Hookup culture is a product of the time and never existed in historical societies where traditional values dominated. If you want to get rid of it, modern liberalism has to go first. And don't be like, but lots of conservative men do all of these things too. If a man is a devout conservative Christian, he will not participate in this behavior and stay loyal to his partner until death. Calling yourself conservative without actually doing anything that conservative values promote, like chastity and loyalty, is meaningless. The problem is that most of these women are extremely liberal themselves and therefore want a partner with the same views, since liberalism encourages sexual degeneracy and sleeping around. You should have zero expectation that a liberal man won't do any of these things. Sorry, but you can't have your cake and eat it too. So I jumped into this conversation. I said, I have a really large network of women, and the complaints I see in the stories I read are not a symptom of liberalism. It's males being entitled to women's unpaid labor. It's the expectation of women to cook, clean, be solely responsible for the kids, manage the home, and the lacking of reciprocity from the men. Men refuse to actually hear what women are asking for. That's why it's impossible for men to prescribe anything to fix the situation. A huge issue is men not participating in the home. The women are telling them that being born female doesn't make them a servant to a male, and dudes aren't getting it. And women are getting tired. So I go to him and I speak on the things that are actually happening. Some of these dudes don't want to actually get to the root of the problem. They think that they know, but you can tell that they don't speak to women. So how does he respond? He hones in on my paragraph. He says, lack of reciprocity. What about paying all of the bills and bringing money in for the family? That's always been the trade-off. And then I said, he hones in on a huge issue is men not participating in the home. And I said, cause we're tired. Remember, my premise in the early part said that men have put themselves into this role of protector and provider, and they do not want to be anything except a wallet. And they have bought into that. So to that, I say, women work too. I'm unsure what world you're living in, but most adult women are working. So they do double duty because men think they can opt out. Women are tired from juggling inside and outside the home. And to that, the man says, and they shouldn't be working. We need to move away from this corporate nonsense and bring women back to the home. You cannot raise children without having someone at home. Patriarchy has convinced them that all they have to do is go to work. Patriarchy has told them that women are supposed to do everything in the home. The cooking, the cleaning, being a bank maid, being the incubator. We have to do everything else. And so these people have bought into it so much that they refuse to come into the right now. And so women are seeing this. We see how these men talk, and women do not want to be tied into this. Women are trying to tackle the patriarchy and move away from it. That's the reason why so many want financial independence. I said to him, nah, we as women see what happens when you're dependent on a man financially, and we're not going back to that. Even the Gen Z women are saying their careers and financial security is more important than being married. The Gen Z men put more priority on getting married and having kids, and they'll end up unpaired because so many men are like you. Men don't listen. So it'll end up with these men going to work because that's what you do as an adult, and the men will still have to come home and adult, meaning cook and clean. At some point, these people are so unattractive because they refuse to see us as human and don't want to listen to women. They don't want to hear our opinion on anything. The patriarchy makes it so that their opinions are so much more important. They think that they're the prize, and that's all they have to do. They have to show up with a peen and a job, and that's going to get them a job. That's going to get them a wife and a family, but women are saying, no, that's not what I want. I want a man with emotional intelligence. He has to participate in the home. He has to have good hygiene. And so many of them just refuse. And so that's the reason why so many of them are going to end up unpaired. And in times past, when women were restricted, that's the reason why they had a leg up. And now that women are getting some financial security, they can go to work and all of that. That's the reason why so many of these dudes are failing and flailing. All right. Those are my examples. I do want to hear what your thoughts are on the patriarchy and these dudes never listening, and these dudes that think that they're the prize and all they have to do is show up with a peen and a paycheck. Let me know what you think. Like, comment, and share.
A double standard that I don't like about the patriarchy is, why is it that women are expected to have sex with, marry, settle down with, and be with unattractive men? Because we have a lot of ugly men, and that's due to patriarchy. But why is it expected? Why is it like for us not supposed to be high on our list of credentials? However, it's the number one thing. And for some men, the only thing that they need out of a woman is for her to be attractive, for them to marry her. It's like expected and the goal for men that their partner is young, fit, hot, and attractive. But for a woman, he can be balding with a bulge, and not in the good kind of way. And just because he has a job and doesn't hit you, we're supposed to just settle for that. I don't like that double standard, because women should also be able to say, you know what, I think you're a great person, but I don't find you attractive, and that be okay. That's why we got a lot of ugly motherfuckers running around now, because you all took away women's choice of being able to only procreate with the fine motherfuckers. Because of marriage and the fact that y'all took women's capabilities away of getting resources on their own, now we have to marry y'all, and women are out here just marrying any old thing so that they can survive. Your genes, your 5-6 gout genes, were supposed to be gone generations ago. But through manipulation and patriarchy, you ended up still being here. A lot of you ugly, short, fat fucks should not be here right now. And I know that's really hard to hear, because y'all want to be chads and y'all are like hitting your faces with little hammers to make yourselves more attractive. Here's the thing though, baby. You weren't supposed to make it this far. Y'all can be male baddies. I want y'all to be male baddies. I want y'all to go back to your natural place of peacocking and getting chose, because only the strong and fine ones are supposed to be here. What do you mean you can't bench 180 and you're 5'6"? What are you doing here? And you're not even cute. At least be like Prince, be short and cute, you know. But you're not even cute. It's okay though, because the way that these birth rates are looking, the girlies are figuring it out and fixing it. Because that's the thing about Mother Earth. She will always find a way to correct the wrong. So while you all are out here dealing with the male loneliness epidemic and the virgin average age is going up and nobody wants to have y'all's babies, we're going to get the ugly, psychotic, crazy ones out of here in due time.